All right, guys, welcome to the Vendor Spotlight with the Palooza Boys. I'm Jay Crispy.
And I'm King Spinny.
Welcome, welcome. This is our pilot episode. It's our first time giving it a go. We appreciate all your love and support that you've given us. Swapapalooza, let's talk about that, man. It was a bit of a success, wouldn't you say?
It was good. It was great. Preparation for that was crazy, bro.
That's an understatement, bro.
2 months, 2 full months, because we announced it on my birthday in July. July 26th, that was my birthday, and that's when we really announced it. We had it in the works for a little bit, but we couldn't say anything till it was set in stone, right? Obviously,
It was just honestly a bunch of brainstorming and pitching ideas off one another, and then it birthed what you guys experienced.
Yeah,
it's pretty awesome. In terms of like outreach and support from the community, we got tons of positive feedback.
Yeah, that's what we were really hoping for, and that's when we talked about when we first started doing it. We're like, we want this show to be a show for the community, about the community. Free entry, and just make it fun. Make it more of an experience than just another like toy show or whatever.
Yeah, I think we all can kind of give our opinions on that, but the market here, luckily for us, the market here in the DFW area is pretty. It's I wouldn't say it's oversaturated, but we have a lot of options in terms of like events and stuff
Definitely,
like that.
I feel like there's always something going on.
Exactly. So the premise of, again, what King Spinny just said is like we wanted to have an experience more than just the actual show.
Yeah.
Obviously, the people in the Funko Pop community know us, but we wanted to do something a little bit different than just your average pop show, your pop swap. So yeah, it definitely had its own vibe, and man, the thing I keep getting back a lot, Spinny, and I know you already know this too, is when is the next one?
Yep. I got asked that the day of. I'm like, man, let me finish this one before we plan the next one. But we got plans. We weren't sure if it was going to be a one-off. Because we even planning, we're like, are we going to do another one? Is it going to be a thing? And we're like, let's just table that conversation until we decide. Let's see how this one goes, and we'll decide if it's something we're going to do down the line. And honestly, I think, we're definitely considering it. There's talks of it. And we'll just see. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, we can't give you all the details right off the bat. So
yeah,
it's definitely on the table at this point.
Yeah.
Obviously, with the upcoming show schedule, in terms of being a vendor, we're pretty packed. So we're stacked up one after another. I mean, we got the upcoming Uroc, Hollow Swap, Spinny's hosting. So I won't be set up for that one, but I will be in attendance and support all the vendors.
Appreciate that, bro.
Always a good time. I love eating the tacos and serving up the micheladas with Mr. Adam himself.
Shout out to El Michelero, Adam
yes,
Garcia. Shout out to Machita's Kitchen, Cocina, for the amazing tacos and more. You say you're booked up. How booked up are you, bro? For the rest of the year?
I think we're pretty much booked up for the same thing. This upcoming Sunday, we got a toy show on the lake with Dusty Addicts. Shout out Mr. Randy Castillo and Charlie Mays. I'm looking forward to that, man. It's their spooky, spectacular event.
Spectacular. Paul Taylor in attendance.
Yeah, Paul Taylor, Hellraiser himself. That's going to be pretty cool, man. I'm excited for that. Wow, I think I have like 2 pops. I want him to sign.
I got to double check, see what I have. I might not have anything, but I might try to get an order in before.
Yeah,
so we can just
heck yeah. So we got that. That's this upcoming weekend. We have your show. When is it? The following weekend?
The 15th of October.
Yeah, and I know we have some... we have a lot of vendor friends that are going to be at the Fan Fest that weekend.
Oh, yeah.
And the Sneaker Con next weekend as well.
So it's a busy weekend.
DFW never disappoints.
Never.
Never.
Going to try to make them all. It's hard to. I want to attend the Fan Festival because you're a vendor, right?
Well, no, I'm actually considering not being a vendor actually.
Oh, right. You're backing out?
Well, because not backing out. They kind of messed up my booth thing.
Oh, I do remember.
So Senpai Collectibles, Leo, shout out. He offered to host me.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so
cool.
I still haven't decided with that. So maybe not. More likely no. It's kind of a short notice, so we shall see. Then we got Cowtown coming up as well
at the end of the month. Weekend.
Yeah,
2-day show.
2-day show.
21st and 22nd.
Yes,
okay.
Saturday, Sunday. That's over at the Will Rogers in Fort Worth. And then to finish off the month, we have the pop-up mini-con in Golden Triangle Mall.
Golden Triangle with
Fanboys.
And we also have the, what are they calling it? The Piscinas.
Oh, yeah. They're having it that same weekend.
Yeah. That's on Saturday, 29th.
Yeah.
I'm struggling on remembering that name right now. But I know they're doing their Halloween show.
It's like
That'll
their
be fun.
Poptoberfest.
Poptoberfest, yes, there you go.
Okay, shout out to Rosina's.
They had one last year. It
Texas
was really fun
on that one as well.
And then to end the year, for me at least, I have Insight Halloween, HalloFest, which will be at Insight Vintage in Plano. So I'll be over there as well.
Yeah,
it's an outdoor event. Got a lot of fun stuff going on.
What is the? We have something on the 22nd, the Thursdays. We're gonna go see the pop up. Was it the,
this month?
Yeah, the vintage. At,
Four Corners.
Four Corners, that too. So we got it's a busy month, man.
It's a busy month.
We're just talking October at this point. I mean, we have stuff planned for November and December. We can definitely talk about that later on.
Yeah.
But wow, yeah, stacked October, man. I'm excited. I'm pumped. I can't wait for the Holo Swap, man.
Me too.
I always love your shows, brother. It's so much fun. I love going and supporting all the local vendors, and you guys never disappoint.
Yeah, when we first started it, I was like, it's gonna be fun. I want to make it big, then, grow it from the beginning, and we have, and now we're just limiting it to two a year for the Uroc shows. It's gonna be St. Patrick's Day and Halloween. It's a Halloween, season, so we got Chuck Huber coming, voice of Pilaf, Android 17, Kurogiri from My Hero, and Hiei from Yu Yu Hakusho, right?
Yeah, that's right, you. Nice.
So we're excited. He's been great to work with, and we're really excited to have him over there.
Sweet. And in terms of the podcast and upcoming events, we definitely plan on using our platform to basically hype up and give awareness of the upcoming shows locally. We definitely love supporting, all across the communities, the various ones. So we are plugged in with the vintage community, obviously collectibles, toy shows, and the different arts and crafts fairs and the retro shows as well. So we're pretty much in tune across the board, I would say.
I feel like that's what we were going for with the Swapapalooza.
Yeah,
we had so many different types of vendors there. Yeah. We had the Vintage Sisters. We had Rouse Retro, who's doing Pokemon, Elemental, TCG, and just a bunch of other Edgar, who does all the engravings and everything.
Absolutely.
So, shout out ER Customs. We're very in tune with everything outside, like other communities, not just the Funko community. Or so that's starting again. So that was the beauty of the Swapapalooza, just getting everybody from a bunch of different realms of collecting in one space, and that's what I loved about it.
Yeah, absolutely, man. The premise behind the podcast itself is just to bring more awareness across the board, the various things that we're involved in. Obviously anything from arts and crafts to artistry, even our buddy Francisco with poetry, man. I mean, art is pretty much a universal thing, and I feel the same way about collabing with some of the vintage clothing guys, and a lot of this stuff overlaps. Pop culture in itself, is so broad. It's a huge sphere, and so many things are, they fall right along the lines with this, with what we do.
Yeah, exactly.
And so we want to incorporate all that, and actually we're going to have several guests join the podcast. We'll be switching it up. Our first guest is going to be Rouse Retro. I know you heard King Spinny just speaking about him.
Yeah.
Angel. Yeah, round of applause for him. He'll be on the air with us next week. Looking forward to that. Young cat, man. Great mind. Mm-hmm. Very business savvy. Has a lot to offer to the collector community. I can't wait for that.
He's I first met him. I met him at Vintage Swap about almost a year ago. It was back in January. Yeah. And, he just came by the booth and bought some stuff. And he said, I'm mainly into Pokemon. But I think his girlfriend at the time liked Pops. And then we just followed each other on Instagram. And then from then on, we just kind of ran into each other. And now we're real cool. We talk a lot more now. And it was great having him at Swapapalooza. He's a cool guy. He's got great stuff. So y'all should definitely check out his stuff. Retro games, Pokemon cards, plushies, all that type of stuff.
Yeah, he has a lot of hard-to-find items. And the guy is super fair. And he knows the community pretty well, just like us. Yeah. And I mean, he's not afraid. That's the thing I love about that guy. He's not afraid. He's very confident, and man, I know he even offers like consultations and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So not a lot of people do that, man, and he's willing to help, help out other collectors.
And
evaluations and stuff like that. A lot of people don't even want to take the time to bother with that. So shout out to Rouse Retro. You'll hear more from him next week.
Definitely. he'll be here. And if there's other guests y'all want us to bring on, let us know. No, let us know in the comments. Message us. Shoot us an email. Let us know who you want to see on here. We'll try to make it happen.
Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to that because I want to. As you guys already heard, we love variety. So even if it's something else, small business owner, large business owners, CEOs, whatever, man.
Whatever, any way we can get on.
Yeah. So
even, some supporters, people that we've known for a good while.
Absolutely, man. Yeah. I think that's another whole different angle. But yeah, anybody that's been supportive of us, whether you're just a customer, just like hanging out, coming out, doing shout outs, love to have you on. It'd be great.
We're really excited. It's gonna be a definite learning curve for both of us.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of growing pains with any new project, sure. And with this again, that's kind of the premise of what we're going in our view. Definitely want to kind of give you guys an inside look of this side of the table.
Right. I get asked a lot, oh, how are you so busy, or how long does it take you to set up? And some people don't realize it takes this year at Retro Expo, that's probably my longest setup, and it totaled about 9 hours worth of setting up, because we got there around noon, and we left at 7 because that's when we got cut off, and we were not done. And part of that was me not being fully prepared because I did have a bunch of stuff kind of everywhere, so we had to sort some stuff, and it kind of came quick right after Fan Expo. So so the first day was 7 hours of setting up, and we had 2 hours the next day to kind of complete everything. So about 9 hours in total. Breakdown's always the best because it's quicker.
Oh man,
but it still takes about a good 3 hours.
Oh god, breakdown. I have horror stories. I'm sure you guys are going to hear a lot about that.
Oh yeah.
So for our pilot episode, we kind of, we can kind of give you an overview of what we plan to do for the, the entirety of the podcast itself. But for our pilot episode, we kind of want to do an introduction, kind of let you know who we are, what we do, and how we met. A lot of people always ask us, they're like, man, how long have you known Spinny for? Man, I've known him a little longer than most, but I guess I'll start that off, man. Yeah. Obviously, I got started in with the whole sports collectibles and memorabilia. That's how I actually started off. My dad always had me collecting baseball cards, football cards, whatever. Before I was into Funko Pops, that's what I was into. I was, breaking boxes of cards, flipping all the boosters, and, basically looking for the chase cards. And that's how I started. And I got into sports memorabilia and apparel. But along came Pops, right?
Yeah, right.
Kind of took over the thing. Well, anyways, at least in the DFW, I can probably name a dozen people that are still in it, that were in it then. I'm not going to say no names. I don't want to put anybody out there like that. But I definitely know a good dirty dozen of them. But yeah, actually, one day I went to a local event. It was a pop swap at a church. And, a couple of friends that I knew that were set up there. And, they're like, hey, come set up with us. We're going to have a local pop swap. And I was like, sure, whatever. I'll go ahead and vend there. Had a bunch of cool pops. Well, guess what? That's where I met Spinny. Yep. It was actually his first event, right?
Yeah, that was my very first event. Our mutual friend, Gabe.
Yes.
I knew him from school because he was a teacher there when I was in high school. He was one of the kind of like administrators, and we were real cool after high school. And he said, "Hey man, you wanna come to a pop swap?" Because I was collecting. I was like, yeah, for sure, and that'd be cool. Just to check it out. And that's where we met. I had 7 pops on my table. Nothing. It's just nothing major. Just something I thought could sell, make some money. And then that's where me and you kind of met. Started talking.
We I came up to his booth, and actually I was on the same row as you, just a little bit further down.
Yeah.
You're in the corner.
Right. Yeah.
Obviously me being outgoing and friendly.
Yeah, me being introverted and in a corner and shy at the time, at least.
Yeah, man, we're definitely in different realms at the time than we currently are in. But I was walking around, making my rounds, seeing what everybody had. I noticed Christian's booth. We started talking wrestling, out of all things, wrestling. So that's what we bought.
I think you had a wrestling shirt on or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Something triggered us to start talking about that. And then that sparked the conversation.
Yeah, at the time, both of us were crazy wrestling fanatics. Yeah. I still am, but not as much as I was.
Same.
I mean, I try to go to live events when I can, but, that's how we kind of found our common ground, though.
The best wrestling show I've been to is midget wrestling.
Oh,
I did not wrestle, but I almost did.
Yeah, we wow, I forgot about that. Yeah. We went to Texas Live for that.
We were with,
that was pretty
friends.
Yeah.
Shout out Jason, Hyman, Manny.
Yeah.
Who else went? Adrian. Yeah. And shout out to them. It was a good time.
We got the VIP treatment because of you.
Yeah, exactly. Because there was no seating, right?
There was no seat. Well, there
VIP.
was, but it was VIP seating. Everything else was standing, kind of like in the bar area.
And they moved us to the
ringside.
To ringside. It was like we were like right there
ringside.
by the ring. And it was so cool.
Yeah.
And wrestlers no taller than me out there kicking ass, and that was cool to see. I got super lit that day.
Yeah, I can't believe I forgot about that, but yeah, we have pictures. Maybe we can include them.
Well, we can.
Maybe do some little clips on that.
We'll put them in there. I have a couple videos as well.
Yeah.
But that was a really good time.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we met at the show at the Pop Swap.
After that, we transitioned to I introduced Spinners into a local toy show that was called Awesome Toy Show. They were hosted at like the Marriott. There was one in North Dallas that we did, and another in Arlington.
Yeah.
So we started doing those shows. It was like monthly, once a month. It was just a Saturday or Sunday show, and our friendship grew from there. Honestly.
Yeah. I wasn't selling initially. It was kind of like I had conversations with Jay about hey, should I do it? And then I'll talk to Sean at the time as well. And then, but mainly Jay, we sat there and talked, and he's like, you should do it, it'd be cool, it'd be good money, something to do, and we can hang out. I was like, yeah, you're right. So I talked to my mom, because at the time I was only like, how old was I? It was like, 5 years ago? I was like 20, 21 at the time when we met. So I was like, you know what, yeah, I'm going to do it. And then, here we are. Yeah. There's been a lot of in-betweens. So... we talk about Lycon?
Oh, yeah. So, all right. So, fast forward maybe like a few years after that. We're still doing...
3 years? Yeah.
So, we're still doing pop-ups.
Yeah.
I was still doing the Comic-Con circuit. Definitely encouraged Spinny to start doing those. He definitely jumped on. He definitely jumped on later on. But in between that time, right before COVID, I ended up getting a weekend booth over at Vicon Village. So Vicon Village was like this indoor bazaar that had like so many little oddity shops, and it was like there's a Manny's over there. Manny was a veteran, a seasoned veteran. So Manny was over there. There was another guy, Alex. He was there as well, but I think he ended up leaving. They got bought out, so I was like, you know what? Let me see if they have a spot available for me. And so I went in and whatever. And obviously, me and Spinny have been really close up until then. Still till now, but we had an outing or something.
We're
but no,
we're growing.
Yeah. We're always looking out for one another. And
that trust.
Absolutely. And one day I just asked him, I said, hey, would you be interested in coming over here?
And I remember when that was. We were at North Dallas Toy Show, and we were set up there, and he's like, hey, I gotta talk to you about something, and I was like, oh, like it sounds serious. Yeah. And then he asked me, and I was like, I said yes immediately, right? Like, it wasn't even really because why wouldn't I have a shop on my boy? Yeah,
because we were already doing all the local shows. I mean, Spinners was already trying to get into the bigger shows, and we wanted something a little bit more permanent per se.
Yeah.
And that was our opportunity, and we both took it. I had been there a couple of months, and then I was like, hey, why not tell Spinny to come out?
Right.
I mean, we're at all the local shows together anyway, so we ended up opening up the shop together, and it was fun. Oh, my God. So much fun.
Every weekend we're up there.
Yeah, we always have people come in and out of that place on the weekends, too.
Met a bunch of people up there. It was, it was really good. It was fun. It was a great experience for us both. I think, we grew a lot in that time, too. And unfortunately, it was short-lived. We only lasted, about 6 months together?
Yeah.
And then
COVID happened, and the owners wanted to shut down.
Yeah.
It wasn't just because of COVID.
It was,
they had, been bought out or something. I can't recall.
Yeah, I don't know.
They were going to shut down, do renovations, and reopen. And they actually reopened, bro.
Did they really?
Yeah, I went and looked. It looks a lot better than it did.
Yeah, because it wasn't the best looking, but it was still...
It had, a warehouse concept.
Yeah.
All open with, cages.
Open roof, you could see everything on the top of the ceiling. I think they were going to renovate that initially.
Yeah.
And then, COVID happened, and they decided to close down.
Yeah.
So.
I was there not too long ago, maybe a few months back. They actually have tile. They have a ceiling. There's
really?
all that, those gates and stuff.
That's
they're all
cool.
gone.
I haven't been up there.
It's you walk in there, it's completely different.
We should go check it out. We should go through one day. What people don't know, the ones that do know we had the shop, they don't know that we were going to expand. We had talked about expanding.
Yes.
You remember that?
Yeah, right before that happened, we already were in the process of expanding the shop to a bigger space.
Yeah, because my inventory was building. I was finally going to get more in there, and we're going to have a bigger spot. Was it extra booth, or how big was it?
Basically, yeah, we're an entire.
Was that next door?
Yeah, yeah. So it was like a 15 feet by
almost
12 or something.
Probably like size and a half, maybe almost double.
Yeah, so we were gonna be basically 40-foot booth.
Yeah.
Basically a 40-foot booth. So yeah, things happen for a reason. I mean,
yeah, I think so.
I always encourage Spinny to do his thing and build his brand, and he knocked it out of the park with that one. Definitely.
Yeah, we had a conversation, but a year, maybe 2 years ago, we had the conversation about that. Just kind of finding who I was and what I wanted to do, and like I said, Jay's the person I go to with any advice, especially when it's business related, but personal too. We have a personal friendship outside of this. It's not just business for us.
Oh yeah, man. A lot of people get confused with that too. And business is fun, and of course, we're out here trying to do this for a living,
right.
And so a lot of that can become competitive or grayed out in terms of like what we do and how we approach things. But aside from that, yeah, we definitely have a personal relationship outside of the business, which makes it even more better. And I mean, it's like. It's one of those things. It's like you can go up to anybody and talk business, but outside of that, what else do they have to offer? You know how that goes.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. So that's a little bit of how we got started, man. To what we're doing today. I mean, crap. I mean, all you guys know, every big show you go, you're gonna see one of us or both of us, if not both of us. I know. I'm excited that you're gonna be hitting the road this upcoming year, bro.
Yes.
I've been trying to encourage him on that one.
He has. Yeah. And, I have to be there. I have to be ready, and I'm never going to do anything if I'm not ready to do it. I got to be fully dedicated. And part of that's, I guess, nervousness. Part of that's, the fear of failure and whatnot. But, if you don't take that chance, then, you're never going to get it. And life's about taking risks, And I'm excited now. I already got a show confirmed for January out of town. Got to book some more, but that's the one that I think we're going to all roll up there, me, JJ, and Reanimated Vintage. We all have spots up there.
Yeah, that's the Scott Kenny Retromania show down in New Braunfels, Texas. Yeah. So shout out New Braunfels.
Between Austin and San Antonio, so we're going to party a little bit too, hopefully.
Yeah, no, absolutely. One thing that me and Anthony usually do, aka Reanimated Vintage, when we go down there is we make that extra 45-minute drive to San Antonio for the good food. Yeah, so I'm excited for that. I think I'm driving down. I think you asked me. I'm driving in Thursday, and I don't. Typically, what ends up happening, I'll come back Sunday or Monday. Yeah. If it's a great show, I come back Monday. Because I'm exhausted, man. I'm exhausted. Some of these out of town shows, like driving back, such a drag. I mean, better chug some Red Bulls, man.
Even some of these local shows are exhausted, so I can't imagine the out of town ones.
Yeah, and then another thing is the safety concerns, because I'm like, man, I don't want to, it's better just to spend the extra or whatever for the hotel.
Yeah, if you're exhausted, then, you know, it's not worth, falling asleep on the road or anything like that.
Yeah, exactly. One of the things I wanted to talk about, man, is like, obviously, the local guys know you, but tell us a little bit about the group, the Uroc group. I mean, I've seen it grow, man. It's crazy. Yeah. It's insane what you have built. Obviously, you've had help with your admin team, but tell us a little bit about how that got started and a little bit of what your goals are for the future in that.
So for the group, I started the group originally. It was a group for, it was originally going to be a group just for my business page, a little bit more of a closed group. So when I post swaps or auctions or claim sales, I'm not having a bunch of people who don't know me coming in and maybe, I just wanted to be more intimate, for the page itself. So when I started it, that's what it was. I put together a team. Shout out my team. I put together a team. And it was going good, and eventually I wanted to be like, we discussed it, be more inclusive for everybody. Everybody gets to post. So I think, you know what, I'll open it up. We had a poll out for a name. We started a name. We came up with a name. And Undiscovered Realm of Collectibles what we went with. And that was completely unintentional because there is an Undiscovered Realm store in New York, actually. And they sell pops. That's what's crazy. So people get kind of confused. They'll be like, "Oh, join the group." They search it and they like that page. I'm like, "Damn!" Like we just gave them. We ain't even get our member. Yeah. But the plans for that, we do a bunch of auctions. We do claims. Well, we haven't done auctions. We've done claim sales. We do WOPs. We activity post, and that's where my Uroc show started. My team currently consists of Chad, Judy. Judy's amazing. Chad's amazing. Jesus, Will, Rick, Scott, and Francisco, and then Jennifer as well. She's on hiatus for now, but she's a member of the team as well. And then of course me. We've had other members. They've had to step down as well. Shout out to them. Shout out Sam. Shout out Marco. Shout out Patty. Shout out everybody who's been involved from the beginning, even if it was just for a period of time. But yeah, so with the group, I'm not gonna lie, I've been kind of behind on posting in there just because we've been busy with the show with Swapapalooza. So it kind of, it's hard to really balance your time. You're trying to do that, then maintain a personal life and get rest too. So I don't. But I guess with the group, I just want to keep growing it. Make it fun for everybody, and really the shows I think are the heart of the group. The events, that's what everybody looks forward to, and we never shy away from letting people promote themselves or their businesses or anything like that. So it's been great.
And I definitely want to take the time out to thank you. There's not a lot of people in the community that actually care, to be honest. If we're being honest,
yeah,
it's a very selfish game. In terms of like resellability, everybody's trying to make a buck. I get that, but a lot of people are selfish, and it's all about them.
Right.
Or you're the most selfless person I've probably encountered in the community. So
appreciate
shout out to you, my boy.
It's hard to not be. Sometimes you just you go like people, how is it going to benefit me? And you do gotta look out for yourself, but at the same time, it's you gotta spread that love, spread that spread the wealth, and that's the beauty of it. Oh, and shout out Daniel as well. Part of he was a runner for the group as well. I knew I forgot his name.
Dirty Sanchez.
Dirty Sanchez. But yeah, man, it's about giving back. Even with the charity, we did the charity drive for the Swapapalooza.
Children's First charity, shout out.
Children's First Counseling Center, we did that. We actually need to turn in that donation. But yeah, so that was an amazing nonprofit organization that we donated to because they help children who've been through mental, physical trauma, and they counsel them with whatever they need. And it's located in Grand Prairie as well, so it was a local business for the city as well.
That's always dope, man. Giving back when we can. I mean, obviously, we all wish we could give more, but just taking the initiative and doing something like that, it speaks volumes.
Right. And one of my goals eventually is starting my own nonprofit. I would love to do that.
I've heard you mention that several times, bro. I think that's very admirable, and man, dude, you got my support.
Appreciate that.
I'm sure the entire community will back you up on that as well.
I just know that it's going to take some time, and I don't want to just rush into it and then let everybody who I promised certain things to down. Yeah. So until I'm at that point where I'm financially stable and comfortable within myself to be like, yeah, you know what, I can do this. I can run a nonprofit. Then we'll make it happen, and hopefully be a part of it. We'll obviously cover that too whenever that does happen. So.
Yeah, man, and just to piggyback off what you're saying, dude, I literally probably can tell you everyone that I know of personally that everybody has a dream. Everybody has words they say, but to actually put them into practice and, go out there and chase what you're saying, right, what you want, is another thing. Yeah. Well, you're one of the few guys that I know that if he has a goal, he goes after it. And hey, shout out.
Appreciate
my boy.
You too, my brother. You inspire me. You got
hey,
me
it's all about inspiring one another. If the way I see it, bro, you got to surround yourself with the right people.
Right.
It's all about elevation, bro. It's like if you're gonna keep me stagnant or bring me down, we're not for one another.
And that's what gotta learn sometimes in life. It's not everybody's always gonna stay there. Yeah. And things happen, growth happens, things change. But just surround yourself by the people you need at that time, and they'll do you right. You do them right, they'll do you right.
Yeah, I always hear or see quotes online where people talking about like manifestation and stuff like that, and I'm a big believer in that. But I truly believe that stuff happens organically whenever you surround yourself with the right people.
You can. Sometimes people they preach it, and then they go do another thing, and it's like, well, are you staying true to your word?
Yeah, what did we say earlier? They're writing checks they can't cash.
Yeah, exactly. We had that. Had a similar conversation earlier about that.
Yeah, and wow, yeah, exactly. That just brought up so many different conversations that we had earlier today, and in the past. But thankfully, we started this podcast so that we can share some of these stories and some of the insiders. Well, should I say, share some of the insights with us and other people from the inside, small business owners like we're talking about, other vendors, hence the vendor spotlight. But we definitely want to welcome others that are just, an influencer.
Yeah.
I mean, we have tons and tons of mutual friends that are just like influencers on pop culture, local, markets, a little bit of everything, honestly. So I'm really excited. And obviously, we keep preaching about what this platform is, and it's everything. It's everything. Everything under the sun.
We talked about it. We said we'll be us. We're not gonna.
Yeah, we're not sugarcoating anything, man. I'm telling you, we've been through it. We've been through the ringer.
Yeah.
There's goods, there's bads, there's uglies. I mean, we've had our ups and downs, more downs than ups. I'll tell you that, but it makes the ups a little bit more sweeter. I think. Yeah.
So it's always minus setbacks. Even recently we've had a couple.
Oh yes, all the time, man. I've been punched in the gut so many times I've lost count.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know what? I'm still here. We're still here. We're here. All I see is just keep growing. I mean, we've grown a lot, like you said earlier, from our earlier days to now. And I mean, we're here to share the experiences that we.
I guess that's where we can get into the later half right now.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It's crazy.
Did you? I got a question.
Yeah.
Did you think we'd get here, like where we are, like doing this?
You know what? I'm a big believer in whatever needs to happen will happen.
Right.
I've been that way my entire life, bro. I mean, I've learned the hard way. I mean, I'm here now. What am I? 35 years old and doing this. But guess what? I'm happy AF. I don't know if I can say the F word, but I'm happy AF.
AF.
I wake up and I'm all smiles, man.
That's good, man.
I have stress just like anybody else, my ups and downs.
Right.
But to be here, I'm blessed. I may not necessarily have thought that I'd be here to answer your question, but I am here. So guess what? I'm gonna make the best of it, and this is exciting. I'm like, if you guys could like jump into my mind and of feelings right now,
right?
Man, it'd be like freaking mushrooms, bounce houses, jelly beans, all that stuff, man.
That's beautiful.
So that's the best way I can describe it, because that's what I'm thinking about right now, just answering this question. But I'm excited, man. I tell you what, I'm not gonna waste it. I won't waste this opportunity.
Right.
And what about you? Answer your question.
No, I've always wanted. I thought a podcast would be cool. I've always thought it'd be cool, but I listen to them. They're cool. Do I think I'd have one? Truthfully, no. Because I never was a huge speaker until recently, till I started doing the shows and talking to you and just meeting people. I've gotten better at it. I'm not perfect, and always room for improvement. Yeah. But no, I'm just really excited. When we talked about it, it was more of an idea. Then we were like, oh, shit, we'll start filming, and it was like, oh, shit, let's do it.
Yeah. It makes I know you'll agree with this, but it makes it easier if it's with somebody you're comfortable with, sure. And obviously we bounce ideas off each other on a daily basis. So honestly, guys, none of this is forced. We are literally winging this entire podcast.
Completely.
Pilot episode winged.
We had that conversation earlier. We're like, do we need key points? We're like, nah.
Well, I truly feel that both you and I are interesting enough that we don't need to freaking follow any PowerPoint, bullet points or anything like that. So, we both are experienced and seasoned, bro. So if we can't do it now,
naturally,
bro, and it would be forced and it'd be so tacky and sloppy that I wouldn't even want to hear us.
Exactly. And this is as natural as it's gonna get. We'll get more comfortable too.
Yeah, and you know what, man? One of my biggest hopes, from doing all this is that people that kind of know us from the surface actually get to see a part of us that they've never seen before.
Right.
We're opening up our lives to this. Everyone, whoever's listening, chooses to listen to us.
Yeah.
And will it make us vulnerable? I don't think so. I just think it's just going to shed light on us, a side of us that nobody knows.
Right.
Or they haven't seen it yet before.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things. I know that sounds like a mouthful, but it's just like opening up our lives and our experiences to everyone. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, completely. Yeah. And I think a lot of people are excited. I know a couple people were commenting and sharing and like, oh, this is so cool. This is so good for the community. Because, we are going to be highlighting vendors, talking to vendors, getting their viewpoints on things. And, you'll get more opinions from us, too, as we kind of bounce off our guests. And you'll be able to be like, oh, you know what? Yeah, we didn't talk about that. Let's talk about it.
And not sugarcoating anything.
Oh, no.
If we have bad experiences, guess what? We're going to express, our experiences.
And that's just our experiences.
And we've had plenty of bad experiences with different venues, different, businesses, different vendors. I mean, it's part of the, nature of the beast.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the business that we're in.
And, I could have a terrible experience with the other side, amazing experience. Absolutely. Vice versa. It's never going to be, I don't think there's ever going to be an event or show or anything that's going to be, like, perfect for everybody, and if you do have one, then that's...
Yeah, and we're not, our job is not, or our thing is we're not trying to, like, persuade anybody.
Right.
We're just going to give you a glimpse from our side of the lens. Mm-hmm. That's all it is.
For sure.
That's all it is.
And we're excited to do this. It's super exciting.
Yeah. Man, I was just thinking, I looked down at the clock and I was like, wow, we're still going. We're in like almost an hour.
Are we really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm like, you know what? This is something.
That's what I said, do you think we need a timer?
We joked around with that. Yeah. I was like, I'm going to put a timer on this, but you know what, dude? 2 hours, 1 hour, 4 hours,
whatever
it's going to go by pretty easily.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, you guys know, unless it's a live show, that edits will be made. So any fillers probably. I don't think we really have fillers though.
I don't think so.
It is so natural.
We're just going,
bro. Kudos to us, bro. Where's my drink at? Cheers, buddy.
I was going.
Cheers to that.
We'll cut that out.
I will say this, just in terms of like upcoming things. We do plan on doing live shows as well. They won't be every week, of course, but we'll definitely do specials. And it may be like a weekend that we're at an event. Oh, that's another thing.
Oh, yeah,
we did talk about that earlier. We definitely plan on taking our podcast on the road. Upcoming shows that we're not vendors, but we want to go out and support. We might just do a pop-up.
That'd be cool. Maybe, do an actual episode with either the host or just some of the vendors there. Just to kind of knock that out, like a fast, quick episode. Show support,
Yo, in the comments, let us know what you think. You guys think of that. I mean, if you guys want to see us, do pop-ups or set up a podcast at a local event, a local show, let us know. I'm down.
I'm completely down. We're figuring out this whole home setup. We'll get our on the road setup down too.
Yeah, we're in the King Spinny studio right now. If you guys haven't seen. We are definitely excited about this. We're working on it. We got these fancy little mics here. Makes it seem cool.
Shout out Crispy, you found them for us.
Bro. Amazon.
Hey, we said let's just do it. Let's start it. Because if we talk about it, keep talking about it, it's never going to happen. Or the excitement will die down. Excuse me. And we were like, we got to make it happen.
In terms of like, what's content you guys want covered or like anything that you guys suggest, ideas, again, Spinners already said that, but in the comments, feel free just to, ask a question. If you want a question that you want us to answer, go ahead in the comments and ask away, and we'll definitely give you a shout out as well.
Right.
Themes. I was just thinking about that earlier. Themes in terms of like upcoming, we have Halloween coming up, man.
Yeah.
So maybe we do a Halloween special.
Oh, we're in costumes,
maybe we do it live. Maybe that's our
first one. Cool, like a live show.
Yeah, live Halloween special.
That'd be cool.
So definitely. I mean, I encourage everyone here to like, subscribe, and to our channel. And dude, I'm excited, man.
Maybe we could do a small special at the Hollow Swap.
What?
What you think about that?
You heard it here first, y'all.
Yeah,
I'm down.
We'll try to make it happen.
What, like a live?
Yeah, we'll do like a live.
Man, I'm down.
Either live or we'll just record it there, and then we'll just to give y'all kind of like behind the scenes, if you're not there, you can't make it. You get to see what's going on.
That's a great idea.
Right?
I can see that. You know what? Dude, I'm down.
Yeah. Maybe we can have Chuck on. Maybe he'll dedicate like an hour of his signing time.
Oh, that'd be cool.
To come talk to us.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. The possibilities are endless, honestly. Yeah. So, and again, we want this to be a safe space for everyone. If it's a question that you guys don't feel like, I guess, if y'all shy or even if it's a little something personal, DM us. Right. I mean, you guys know our social medias. We'll tag them on the video as well. And reach out to us. I mean, even if it's something you need help with, if it's a business question or you guys just want some advice and you don't want it like out there in the comment section, PM us. I actually look forward to answering some of those questions because
we can't answer those in the podcast. We'll just be like, hey, we got a question. We won't say from who. Yeah. And if that's what y'all want.
And if you want it to be a little bit more private and you just want it one-on-one, I don't mind.
Right. We do that too. Swapapalooza at Swapapalooza on Instagram. That is both. So we'll both see that message.
So we'll put all that information in the comments and then probably one of the slides as well at the end.
Be sure to like and subscribe as well. We're going to try to grow the channel, and that's the best way to gain subscribers. And
absolutely, like the video, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Again, it is the vendor spotlight. So I mean, you guys want to know how it is on this side of things, the dark side. We're definitely going to give you all the insights. So.
Definitely.
Man, wow. All the secrets, too.
All the secrets.
Yo, let's air out some of that, man. I know a lot of people are curious. I mean, it's not all, sunshine and rainbows.
Yeah, we're very smiley. Let's get to some.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. We kind of, there's the ups and downs of the business. And like I said, it's not all rainbows.
What would you, where do you want to start with that?
Well, okay, so, I don't know. Let's see. There's a bunch of, I guess, examples I can tell you, but in terms of like the bad stuff that happens, last minute change ups to venues, let's say it's a pop-up, it gets canceled, bigger shows that get canceled, voice actors that cancel. That's a big deal for us because in terms of like Funko Pops, a lot of the times, like, we'll say we're set up for Fan Expo Dallas, right? And 5 of the big artists cancel. Well, we have to prep for that. So a lot of our business comes from buying merchandise that, attendees can get signed, autographed, right?
Yeah.
So that's a big deal. So a lot of times we're out here sourcing all these things, and guess what? The artist just completely bails out and cancels. All that inventory we accumulated becomes dead product, and that's a big curveball.
And the potential for it too diminishes. So now we're having to kind of clear stuff out.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And sometimes we're out here spending hundreds and hundreds, right? So that sucks, man. You're out like sometimes $1,000 just on product that you can't move.
You know very well about it. Yeah. My biggest, I guess, upset, or for sure, was probably missing out on WeebCon this year.
Year 2
WeebCon. So I had been preparing for that show for months, back since probably 5 months of preparation I was doing for that show.
Easily 5 months of prep.
Yeah, I had already paid for my booth and all that, and I was ready. I had inventory ready. Everybody, they saw it because I had to post it eventually, but I had everything ready. I priced that week for it. I was prepared.
By the way, you had a sick lineup of inventory for that event.
Yeah,
I got to see behind the scenes. Trust me, it was amazing.
It was crazy. And money was spent on that. The potential, the business would have grown a lot.
Plus the money spent on the booth itself.
And the booth itself, yeah.
And mind you, if you guys can recall, there was a winter storm that we had, and everything was iced over. It was a complete, what do they call it? Ice apocalypse in the DFW?
Alaska.
Alaska.
So that was the main reason why. I mean, it was just too dangerous, and my mom didn't want me out at the time. Driving to Allen from Grand Prairie.
It was bad, man. I ended up leaving the night before. I think I told you. I ended up going. I had the venue booked Friday through Sunday, but I drove in Thursday afternoon, right before the ice had fallen. And that afternoon into the evening, man, it was coming down pretty hard. Yeah. So that's the only reason I got there on time, is taking that initiative and just getting out there a day early. And sure enough, man, everything was iced over the next morning. And I was setting up that day, and as soon as they allowed us to come in, I mean, I pulled the trailer out back and everything was iced, and I was like, oh, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. It took me forever, and I was one of like 12 vendors there.
Really, that was it.
Yeah, that was it. Everybody was staying at home, man, waiting to see if the ice would melt or not.
Right.
Yeah, it was crazy.
So it was kind of upsetting. It was upsetting because I had workers ready to go too, and everything was just fully prepared, and it just didn't happen. And even Saturday and Sunday wasn't worth going. There was really no chance to go. So it was disappointing. But hey, that's what happens. I got over it, and I just kept booking for other shows, and I will be at WeebCon next year. So that is exciting.
It's at the Gaylord this upcoming year.
It is at the Gaylord. I'm excited about
And I've been to a bunch of venues. I've been to a bunch of events at that venue. Wow, it's top notch.
It's gonna be like a little vacation. I'm
It's
treated
a
like that.
vacation, man. I'm actually booked from. I did the discount code. It was still pretty pricey, but you save some money. So I'm gonna be there from Thursday through Sunday. Thursday through Sunday.
Yeah.
They still have the code out, so it's still valid.
Cause I talked to my mom cause she's obviously gonna be there with me, and I was like, we'll just stay there. Like we'll just hang out, have a good time, and
amazing facility, amazing. Yeah. I can't wait, man. Carino and Santos, Case Toy Hunters. Every time I run into them, they are so happy. They already working on their inventory for next year. I believe that last time I spoke with them, they had like 20 boxes full of just collectibles. All
that's amazing.
So I can't wait to see what they bring out. Shout out to Case Toy Hunters.
Yeah, they're great people.
Spinner's bestie over there.
Bestie. We'll be sure to get them on the episode as well.
Oh, they'll be fun. They'll be fun to have on.
I love them because they're vendors, but they just do it. It's fun for them. Like this is like they have a good time, no matter what. They're just here for the vibe, pure vibes, and that's what I love about them. They're always a good time.
Great people, and they always have great stuff. Crane is one of those that always ends up getting the drops.
For sure.
Everything that's hard to get, she gets. Shout out to them for sure because they've helped me in a lot of pieces that I need for me or myself or somebody I knew. So they're always willing to help. So there's not too many good people out there like that. So
they offered to help me.
I can count the good ones.
Yeah, right. With our fingers.
Yeah.
But no, great people. They're gonna be there as well. They're gonna help me with the Anime Dallas for that one.
That's right.
So
yeah, that's right.
Pretty cool.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna. I'm not set up for Anime Dallas this year, but I'm definitely gonna be out there supporting the homie.
Cool.
I'll probably come find me. I'll probably have some Swapapalooza merch.
Oh shoot! There we go. So here we go. The shirts. Oh, we can't see the shirts right there. You wanna show the camera right there?
Yeah, absolutely.
The shirt.
We got the Swapapalooza right here.
We got the back.
Representing.
Beautiful.
If you guys missed out on the original design, I mean, it's our first one. I know we got a few T-shirts left. I think we're talking about doing a special sale.
Oh yeah, we are going to do a special sale.
We'll be announcing that soon, so stand by.
Special Swapapalooza merch sale.
Absolutely. I think if you hadn't gotten yours, definitely get it out. Once it's gone, it's gone. We're not redoing the shirt.
This shirt's done. It's a one and done.
And it is from the first Swapapalooza event. It's got the date on there and everything. So I feel like this is a collector's item, bro.
I do.
Yeah, this is a collector's item.
I mean, sometimes I'm like, damn, should I even be wearing mine? Should I just like hang it up? But nah, man.
Bro, I'm framing mine. At some point, I'm gonna frame this. So get it while you can.
Yep.
We will have a actual, just design T-shirt later. But for right now, we'll finish selling off what we have for the kickoff design, and we'll go from there. Right. But definitely more merch coming soon.
For sure.
There's no debating at all that we're having another show.
Right. Do we even need to really?
No, we're not debating. There's no secret to that. We're definitely in the works of planning out something really special for you guys. Yes. So we'll talk more about it. Actually, next week we're going to be doing some detective work. Yeah, I truly mean detective work. So we're going to be kind of out there fishing and see what we catch. But anyways, no, there's no debate. We're definitely continuing this event. All the outreach and outpour we've received has been positive. The number one question, like I stated earlier, when's the next show?
The next one. And just stay tuned. Keep watching. Watch our pages, both of our pages. Yeah, 3 of our pages, actually.
Dude, we got some huge announcements coming up, too.
Oh, for sure.
Outside of that. Just stuff that we've been... I'll tell you a little bit. Like we've had people reach out to us that want us to like co-sponsor events, kind of collaborate on some projects. So man, I wish I could tell you it all, but it's all in the works. So stay tuned. Lots of good stuff. And Spinners actually has an upcoming interview. Talk about that, brother. That's
yeah, I got an email from Voyage Dallas about possibly doing an article on their website or for their magazine, which I thought was pretty cool. They said they got recommended to me by Sierra from Todd's Toys, which shout out to you, Sierra. I appreciate that. I was shocked to get the email because I wasn't sure what exactly it was, and I looked them up. And yeah, they said they want to do an article on me, so I thought that was pretty cool. So it's like a written interview. I don't even know how I'm supposed to be talking about it, but they didn't say not to, so.
Oh, bro, more exposure.
Right, we're
more
here.
Exposure, more marketing opportunities.
So yeah, I'm still writing the written portion of the interview, and then they say they want to have like a face-to-face webcam interview, which is
such a humbling experience and opportunity.
Man, it's crazy, bro.
It's like full circle for you, bro.
Right, and
I'm sitting next to a rock star.
Chill.
Hey, he's a rock star in my eyes. So.
I appreciate that, bro. Yeah, damn, it's crazy, right? It's crazy to be like, oh yeah, you're going. I don't know if it's like a physical.
He's blushing. He's blushing.
Stop.
No, man, dude. Seriously, this is.
Put me on the cover.
This is cool, bro. Yeah, put him on the cover. Put my man's on the cover.
I don't know if it's like a physical magazine or if it's just like an online thing. Yeah. But regardless, I think it's it's cool to be recognized at least in some way. And
it's all the work you've been putting in, bro. It doesn't go unnoticed. Hard work doesn't go unnoticed. You can be anybody on the planet Earth. Like, don't matter where you're from, what culture you are, what you support, or whatever. Hard work does not go unnoticed. And you're one of the most active people in the community, so.
Appreciate it, bro.
Yeah. I don't mean to talk up my boy like this, but damn it, credit needs to be.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate Yeah. I gotta work hard. When I'm not working, I'm just not in a good place. I have to be busy, and
I feel that. So.
Right? I gotta.
Shine, bro. You shine when you're in your element, bro.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing stopping you. Yourself.
Me, I like to challenge myself, and my mom's always like, why do you always put yourself on such, short deadlines with things, and like the podcast, it was like, we did it. We're like, oh, we got to do it, so I had to have everything ready. And she's like, you're rushing. Like, why are you doing so fast? Because we have, like, if we don't do it, excitement's going to go down. And, I got to hold myself accountable, and that's what anything I do. So I put myself on such short deadlines. Because in school, they'd give us, like, a project for due at the end of the year for, like, college. And I'd be like, oh, I got till December to turn in this project. And I don't start till the day before it's due. And that's because it was a due date, but I had so much time to procrastinate that, I didn't do it beforehand. So when I put myself on short deadlines, it keeps me accountable. It keeps me, I have to get it done because, hey, it's got to be done in 3 days. So that's really why I work so.
And another thing people may not know is like, as a creative, right?
Yeah.
It's a whole nother realm of like obstacles and adversity that you face. I know firsthand, firsthand of what can happen. Like, if I don't do this, if I don't do that,
right.
The culprit of the issue is, blah, blah, blah. But if I take the initiative and I'm talking about all these ideas and I put into practice what I'm trying to do, then, the product's going to be, or the outcome is going to be legit. It's gonna work. It's gonna work. And I think that us collaborating on past projects and the current one, we're pretty much in the same now. Yeah. It's like we talk about it, we got ideas, but let's put it into practice,
right.
Like ASAP.
Right.
Or else it's gonna sit on the shelf, like you said.
Exactly.
And that's something I think we both we can hold each other accountable for that. A lot of times when you're doing a solo project, I get it, but when it's a duel like what we're doing right now, hold each other accountable, and we have a set schedule for here on out for the podcast. So should we announce the drop dates live?
Our goal is to drop them. After editing and everything, Friday, Saturday, because we record Wednesday. Our plan is to record every Wednesday and drop, Friday, Saturday. Our schedules may not, allow all the time though. So there are days where maybe it might drop on Monday or Tuesday. That's just because we have shows. Like we have other things going on, but we are going to try to drop one weekly. Right? If we need to drop one early, we'll drop one early just to say, hey, we put it out. But we'll never rush anything. We never want to do anything. Half-assed, I guess. You know what I'm saying?
And I think the way we compensate for the days that we can't do that, or the weeks we can't do that, we may do a live show.
Right. We can always just do that, and we'll just run it like that. Well, just the boys, just us, Palooza Boys.
Boys. that was actually pretty cool. Let me speak a little bit on that because that really caught me off guard, but in a good way. I was reading an email. It was a personal email. It was a business email. It was a Christian and I. And the guy, my guy, King Spinny himself, sends out the email regards the Palooza Boy, or thanks in regards to the Palooza Boys. And it stuck, man. And I was like, wow, this is sick. I don't even know if it was to the vendor team or it was to like the business.
I think it was my final email to the vendors, like, hey, this is all the need to know info.
Yes. And
I tagged you, obviously, just so you have it.
And it was signed off as the Palooza Boys. So that's where we got that from, and we're running with it, bro.
It's stuck. I love it. It's fun.
He did the thing with the highlights and like the teaser that it was underneath our nose the entire time. We're trying to come up with the idea. Well, not the idea of the podcast, but a name, right?
Right. Yeah.
And it's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
It is the vendor spotlight. We're definitely going to give you guys an insight of what's going on, upcoming events, anything pop culture under the sun, and current events is a big deal too.
Yeah, it is.
Because like when you talk about influencers on pop culture, you're going to throw out names like Queen Bee herself, Beyonce, Yeezus himself, you know? The only man to, do what he's doing. And even then, like, upcoming, like, events, concerts, you're a big concert goer.
Oh, I love concerts.
I know.
Festivals.
Festivals and stuff. All that stuff it falls within the realm of what we do. So, shout out to all these people creating out there.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely not easy, and it takes a special person, to have that ability to be like, yeah, I'm going to put myself out there. Because not everybody can do it, and if you want to do it and you're scared to do it, just do it.
Our hopes is to help, help these people, help these local artists, help these local vendors. If we don't know the answer, man, we want to help you find the answer. Honestly, especially with this platform. Yeah.
And also, if there's more you don't want to know about us, I'm sure it's hard to cover everything about us.
This pilot episode of us right now, I know we've been a little bit all over, but the entire premise is just a little bit of story about what we do, why we're doing it, and how we plan to execute, moving forward. So again, drop a comment, let us know, PM, DM, whatever you guys call it. Let us know.
I like the fact that we're doing this, bro. I feel like this is a long time coming, us working together.
Oh yeah.
A little bit, and so it doesn't do.
Yeah, we it's one of those things too, bro. It's like a lot of people, they assume.
Yeah.
Assumptions, you know what they say about assumptions? They make I was gonna say. They make an ass out of you. Yeah. So assumptions, right? Like, of course, we're in the same. We're in the same business. I guess naturally somebody might think, is there a competition? Is it competitive? Right. But honestly, it couldn't be the quite opposite of that. And so we've been supportive of each other behind the scenes since day one, even more than what people probably assume.
Yeah,
too.
Sure.
So anytime there's like a personal thing or a business question, I even bounce ideas off of him. Like we on a daily basis, like I said earlier. Recently I helped him with some business stuff, like questions, like forming, some of the
legality issues.
Legality issues and stuff like that. So between us, we have a lot of experience and we share our knowledge definitely. And I always tell him, I wish I had somebody that would have told me this. And so I'm telling you this now, so you can know, because nobody taught me this, and I wish this was like, I don't know how many times we've said
that. That's what I love about you, man. It's like I never really had to ask you. You would just kind of like warn me, like, hey, just FYI, this is like what you need to do, or give me tips, like saving tips on how to save, just like through card transactions and stuff like that. And if there's ever any extra details, let's ask him.
A lot of people, again, that's an insider thing. A lot of people don't know how that works, just because it's a hands-on experience.
Yeah.
And I don't know everything. I'm still learning. I mean, I'm in transitioning right now to single member LLC, so I told you about that. So I'm learning as like business-wise evolves. Yeah, we all went to school, whatever. We both went to college, and we have business backgrounds, but it's like you only learn so much, you know, and everything else is hands-on. So I appreciate those that have helped us and those who influence us and support us, and behind the scenes, those who have, you know, helped us along the way grow our business. So, you know, shout out to everybody who's helped either myself or King Spinners on that. So big shout out. That doesn't go unnoticed. Probably some of that stuff would be somewhat private to most people, but dude, hey, if I can help you in any way, especially since, you know, like I said, we had ups and downs of learning stuff, and the learning curve is vicious in this business. So,
it is, and you can learn the hard way real quick, and you know, it's just about how you deal with it and move forward. And that's what I can say that we've done. Also, like, we've had each other be like, hey, like, dang, like, this happened. Talk about it and, you know, move forward. Put it into perspective and a different viewpoint. And like, that's what we're here for, put it in perspective. So like we said, if there's anything y'all need we can cover, you know, we will. There's nothing that's like, oh, we're going to, you know, keep it secret or, you know, gatekeep anything. That's not what we're here for. We're here
we're honestly an open book policy.
For sure. You know, definitely.
Any upcoming events that you guys know of? Man, put it in the comments. We'd love to hear about them.
Yeah.
And definitely try to boost them.
Attend, you know,
and that's another thing. I was thinking earlier, that's another angle that we can play if we're at these events. You know, we can record some content for the channel.
Yeah.
If you guys, whatever you guys want.
So, do you have any goals for the podcast? Like, long term?
Yeah.
Short term and long term.
I guess I'll start for short term. Getting a rhythm, honestly. I mean, obviously, with the pilot episode today, I feel like it's going well.
It's going really
good. So short term to me is right now.
Yeah.
Long term is tomorrow. So
that's very true.
Long term for me, honestly, man, I just want to raise awareness of our culture, the culture that we are in, our generation. We have something to offer, and I don't want it to go unnoticed. I want people to, you know, be able to soak it in and share the experiences with us. For me, that's everything, bro. That's everything. I really love the community. I try to give back as much as I can. I'm very grateful for all the supporters, and this is another way of me giving back, bro. This is another way of me giving back. So for me, long term, I just want to share everything that I got.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
What about you,
I
brother?
love that. Well, going back based on what you said, with the, you know, kind of putting light onto like the pop culture, you know, what we do. Sometimes it seems like the people who are outside of this, you know, community or in the know, it's almost like we get kind of looked down on because it's like we're like toys or like nerds, right? And it's like they don't take us serious in some ways. Like that's the vibe I've gotten from some people, just like, you know, nothing major, just kind of like, and you kind of get that sense of like they're looking down on you a little bit. And
absolutely,
I guess this is part of why we're doing this, like you said, to really get it out there and like, hey, like we have a lot to offer. Right, we're business people just as much as the next person.
Yeah, this culture in its own, man. It's like it's got its ups and downs, but bro, the community itself is, you know, withstood the hands of time. Really, I mean, I know so many different generational, you know, collectors.
Right.
Far back, I mean, some of the guys we hang out with are in their 70s. So it's like, I mean, these guys are like the OGs from like, you know, they were kids when they went to go see Star Wars back then. Yeah? So, and they're still doing it. So, I don't know, that kind of motivates me when I see the viejitos, aka like the older guys. They're out there, you know, at these toy shows, and you know they have a full-blown setup. Yeah, that's gonna be me, bro.
It's pretty amazing.
At that point, it's not even about the
it's dedication to love for it.
Yeah, it's about the love. Yeah, it's about the love. But yeah, those are our aspirations. I mean, ours kind of piggyback off one another.
Yeah. Pretty much the same. And I guess more long-term too. I guess just making a connection with everybody who's watching, and everybody, you know, really getting to know us, like who we are.
That's. I joked around. I told Spinners, bro, we're gonna be rock stars.
He sent me a text, we're gonna be famous.
Yeah, but you know, it's one of those things. It's like already, I would say I'm not gonna say the entire collector community of DFW knows who we are, but a big chunk.
Right.
I would say probably 2/3.
Yeah, a good
at least one of us.
Right.
Yeah, they recognize us from the shows or pop-up events around the DFW. I say this all the time, man. If you want to do something, do it in the DFW because there's something every week.
Right.
Especially in terms of like how we cross over to different genres and like different things. Like obviously we're into the toys and collectibles, but we're also into vintage clothing, into TCG, shoes. I mean, pretty much everything. Music, art, crafts.
Yeah, so we're everywhere, man.
Some of our vendors, just FYI, they have shows and pop-ups and festivals.
Yeah, shout out to Randy. We said Randy Castillo and Charlie Mays. Dusty at a toy show. Shout out to Sonia Kilo, Gardner Salafet. She was in attendance.
And Jason Wong with the DFW Vintage Swap Meet.
Yeah, he came by. Shout out to Jason.
Yeah, so those are just a few. I mean, there's others that do other events as well, but those particular ones host events themselves. So, and they're supporters of ours as well. So it's like it's a lot of give and take and showing love and giving credit where credit's due. I mean, that's the thing right there. And like Jason, we just mentioned him. That guy is everywhere, bro.
Everywhere.
A promotion like icon.
I respect it. It's crazy.
Yeah, I was just at a pop-up event, a last-minute pop-up event last weekend at the Louisville Mall, and Jason shows up, and he's always been very supportive of both of us, even tagging us when we're not even at the event.
Yeah, I'll get tagged something. I'm like, bro.
That's another story, but that's hilarious. But we'll get to that one. And so
we'll share that when he's on the episode.
Yes. Okay. That's definitely going on the episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, he came out to an event, that pop-up event. It was a last-minute pop-up, like literally knew 24 hours before it was going on. I got invited, set up. Jason shows up that Friday. It's like, dude, I already hit up 2 or 3 other events before I got here. So shout out to Polo Don Juan himself. And he's one of our guest speakers. He has an upcoming event in Houston, right?
Yeah, the Houston Vintage Swap Meet.
We can plug him in there as well.
Yeah,
and,
October 22nd. Same day, same weekend as Cowtown. 2 different areas. If you're in Houston, stop by. Go support Jason. Go support all the vendors over there. I want to go eventually. Just guys just haven't lined up for me to be over there and support. That would be sick.
It's a road trip. Hey, we could do another road show over there.
There you go.
See, ideas are endless, limitless.
Right, and that's
we set the limit.
Yeah.
We set the boundaries.
Yeah, exactly.
And there isn't any.
There isn't any.
So let's keep going. Yeah. So in terms of like vision, I think we're on the same page for sure, man. I think it's great that we, even another thing, like some of our local vendors that vend with us, where we just know friends of ours, we're constantly like resharing their posts, tagging. Rigo, shout out to Rigo.
Shout out to Rigo.
Yeah, Rigo will make posts on his Facebook or Instagram. New inventory coming out. I love reposting. I love reposting Rigos.
He's gonna force you to share his shit. I love him. So
any ending remarks? For the pilot episode?
I would say, as we've said, trying to encourage, help people, learn, what we do, and if you ever do plan to get in this, business or community, just be open, be willing to talk to people. We want to network because that goes a long way, and that's what we've done. That's why as we said, we had those connections at the Swapapalooza. It's because we've worked with them, we've talked to them, and just made those relationships. So build those, whether with us, whether with people, whoever you support. Don't be scared to open up to them and welcome in new friends and relationships because that goes a long way.
Yeah, just to end it, man, right off that, support your community, love your community, be your community.
Yeah.